7 people have been jailed for over 40 years combined for their involvement in drug supply in Halifax. A large-scale investigation launched in November 2023, which worked to dismantle drug lines operating in the town centre and surrounding areas. The operation, led by Calderdale's precision team, worked with the Yorkshire and Humber Regional Organised Crime Unit, the West Yorkshire's Police's Specialist Support Group, and the local Halifax Neighbourhood Policing Team. In November 2024, warrants were executed across Calderdale as part of a 12-month proactive investigation into drug supply within the town. In total, 36 people were arrested as part of the investigation, and 27 of those charged with the total of 110 offences, including the supply of Class A and conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. In a 2-day sentencing which concluded on Friday the 9th of January, the following defendants were sentenced after entering guilty pleas in September 2025. Further people are due to be sentenced in the coming weeks, and the first of 3 trials is expected to take place in April. Those sentenced at Bradford Crown Court are Hussein Mohammed, aged 27, of Clay Pits Lane, Halifax, was sentenced to 11 years and 8 months in prison for conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. Aman Ifraz, aged 23, of Athol Close, Halifax, was sentenced to 7 years and 2 months in prison for conspiracy to supply Class A. Michael Kilner, aged 29, of no fixed abode, was sentenced to 2 years and 3 months in prison for conspiracy to supply Class A drugs also. Scott Shaw, aged 48, of Houghton Towers, Halifax, was sentenced to 7 years and 8 months in prison for conspiracy to supply Class A and additional driving offences. Joseph P. Heek, aged 49, of no fixed abode, was sentenced to 4 years and 8 months for conspiracy to supply Class A and additional offences, including drug driving. Rebecca Henderson, aged 46, of Unity Terrace, Halifax, was given a 3-year community order. Hussein Mohammed was also sentenced as part of a second investigation which began after officers stopped a vehicle in the Pelham area in September 2023. Following the second investigation, Mohammed, alongside Zaheem Tawfiq, aged 29, of Norfolk Place, Halifax, and Safraz Riaz, formerly of Essex Street, Halifax, were charged with offences in April 2024. Tawfiq was sentenced to 2 years and 3 months in prison for conspiracy to supply Class A. Riaz was sentenced to a total of 5 years and 8 months in prison for conspiracy to supply Class A and a number of separate additional offences, including burglary, ABH, and a public order offence. Riaz was also received a 10-year restraining order. Commenting on sentencing, Superintendent Gary Panther of Calderdale District Police said, "The sentences handed to those today serve as a clear reminder that action will be taken against those who are involved in this type of offending. We will continue to proactively target drug supply across the district, taking decisive action through visible patrols, community intelligence, and covert tactics as we remain committed to protecting our communities by dismantling those engaged in criminal activity. We hope the outcomes today reflect the serious harm caused by drug supply, that those who show a complete disregard for the law and the harm these substances cause in our communities will be sought and brought to justice. Please like this video, please comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you."